Yeah, last week was rough. It was tough result for our players. I thought we were very unfortunate to not be able to at least walk away with a bit of a draw in that game. I thought our players executed our game plan. They worked very well uh, all week long. Tuesday, Wednesday, the preparation they put in to get ready for a tough UAB team was excellent. Thought they carried out the game plan exactly how we wanted them to. Um, Showed a lot of mental and physical discipline in what we were asking of them, and carried it out. And it was great to see Addie Johnson get on the scoreboard again, be able to get her third goal in the last two games, and it come from things that we've been working on in training and how we could execute, scoring goals through the run of play. But full credit to UAB, they made a couple adjustments, after the goal. We didn't adapt to those as quickly as I would have liked, and again, we've addressed those. We've talked about those this past weekend in training, and I know we'll be better for it. We were unfortunate in the end to have a penalty called against us, but that's the way this game goes. Sometimes you can play really well, and the result not go your way. But very proud of our players. It was nice to have some healthy kids back. Getting Olivia Alvarez back out on the field was really helpful for her to get the assist. And then other performances that we had across the board were really positive. So taking that into this past weekend's training session, and we're excited to go on the road and have the opportunity to play ECU for the first time in our program history.
Have anything to jump in with, Terrence? Okay. If we're, let's get you off mute and let's see if we can get it working. All right. Sounds like it.
As far as the first road match, is there a different approach compared to maybe the first conference match overall?
No, not really. I mean, we're very much focused on what we do well, how we defend without the ball, how we possess it with when we have it. ECU is going to present some more challenges that are a little bit different than UAB. UAB is very patient in how they move the ball from side to side in certain areas of the field that they were trying to exploit and attack. And ECU is a little bit different. They're a little more athletic, a little bit more open. They're not as patient, and so we've got to be prepared for that. But overall, we're just taking it one game at a time. The ECU is very good at home, although they lost their most recent game this past Sunday. But they're very good at home, and we expect it's going to be another typical tight AAC match, and our players are excited about it.
Go ahead, Sean.
Coach, you mentioned Addie Johnson, and she comes off the bench for you. What kind of spark does she provide as she's your leading point scorer coming in off the bench?
Yeah, we talk to our entire team. You find yourself in three different roles every game day. You may be a starter. Now, obviously, we want you to start the game fast. Sometimes you might be, somebody coming off the bench, and we don't talk about those being bench players. We talk about being game changers. And then sometimes you find yourself in a supportive role where you may not get to play. You just got to be an elite teammate and cheering your teammates on. And I'm very proud of Addie Johnson. She has embraced that role of being a game changer. No matter whether I call her for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 50 minutes, she's ready to step on and make a difference. Her mentality, her mindset, and how she's approached training and approaching her role within the team has been exceptional. And really proud of her. I teased her early in the preseason that she couldn't head a ball, and she scored two of her three goals with her head, and it's been fantastic goals. So she's been training her butt off to be that game changer when her number is called, and we have many other players that take on that particular mindset, which has made our bench very special for us this season.
I know the result the other night wasn't what you were looking for, but what did you and your team learn from that outcome?
Probably what we already knew, that every game in the AAC is extremely tight. They're all one goal games. They can spin on a knife's edge, if you will, one direction or the other. I thought we had a lot of the momentum at different points in times. I thought our players did a fantastic job controlling the game, even without the ball. dictating tempo, dictating the pace of the game, knowing when to speed it up, when to slow it down. There's ebbs and flows throughout any sporting event, but for sure in the soccer game, there can be. And I thought our players learned some lessons specifically that we do very, very well, how we can control the game, how we can defend, how we can attack. I thought our possession was very good. I think the big things that we learned that we need to improve on is after we score a goal, we can't let down. We can't drop off. We've got to stay just as sharp mentally and physically in those moments after goals as much as we do, prior to. So I know our players will adjust to that and be in a better place going into this week.
Would you break down what you're looking to see both from East Carolina and Abilene Christian?
Yeah, ECU, like I mentioned earlier, they're a little bit more direct. They've got a fantastic goalkeeper in Maeve English. She's been there for a couple years. Very, very similar to what we experienced with Annika Toth at UAB. She's comfortable with the ball at her feet. She plays high off her line. So she's going to be a challenging goalkeeper to beat for sure. It's going to take something special. But they play in a similar shape as we do, 3-5-2. They're very good moving the ball around, but they go forward quickly. They have a young freshman up front for them that is a very talented kid. Has scored some goals for them, and I know they're going to be really dangerous. They're a hardworking, blue-collar, athletic group that I think we match up very well with. We just got to make sure that we pay attention to those little details and not let the special players get loose and cause us problems. Honestly, I haven't looked a whole lot at Abilene right now. We'll start looking at them on Thursday night or Friday morning. We're excited to be back home, in the confines of Park West next Sunday and then playing in front of our home crowd.
Go ahead and throw it back over to Terrence.
And Coach, when you play as well as you did against UAB, but lose the way you did, the week off between games, is that a good thing, bad thing, as far as coming back and trying to get that taste out of your mouth, so to speak?
Yeah, I think, there's definitely two different opinions there, Terrence. I agree with you. It's always nice to get back out on the field as quickly as possible to try to, correct those behaviors. But I thought the week off has actually been really good for us. Been able to, again, get players back healthy even more so than we had going into UAB. To get some players moved around in some different positions that we saw in the game that we can tweak with. Gives us, really 3 to 4 good training days before we get ready for the next game. And just when you're playing doubles every week, it's just really hard to find that rhythm in training. And I thought we've had 2 really good sessions on Saturday morning and again last night. Tremendous training sessions. The players have been focused. They've been on point with everything that we're asking of them. We continue to ask them to treat every training like it's a game day, and they've been doing that with their mentality and their preparation. So they'll have today off, and then we'll get back to work on Tuesday and then Wednesday morning before we fly out to Greenville.
And as far as ACU, just the scheduling, was that something you just wanted something to kind of break up things after starting off conference with UAB and East Central again right before Memphis?
Absolutely. It's always different to be able to kind of plug a non-conference game in there, but with the way that the AAC league is played and the way we start earlier, I wanted to have the one-game weekend with, Central Arkansas prior to going into UAB, so to give us ourselves a chance to rest. The ACU game for us, was a non-conference game. They were willing to come down and play us. We had the Sunday open. We want to be able to keep the rhythm, and for us, we want to go get a good performance against ECU, but then we want to come home and be able to put in another good performance on Sunday in front of our home fans. And we, it kind of also helps us not having a bunch of away games all in a row. We're going to experience that, going to Memphis and then having a home game against Rice the following weekend. So our games are going to be stacked up a little bit over the next 2 weeks. And, so being able to slot ACU into that spot was important for us to have a good positive performance there.
Do you have any other questions, Terrence?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Anything else, Sean?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Coach, for taking the time, and good luck this week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.